Hey, we're going to do this selfie mode because this was going to be a video reviewing some sleeves. These are the curved sleeves from the people who make Pickup, which is the little thing that helps you pick up cards if you're not using a playmat, I guess. Anyway, I was going to do it. Their shtick is that it's like rounded corners, and I thought, well, that could be really interesting because if I have to replace a sleeve, it's because of corner splits. And in doing the review, it became problematic. And I realized there's no sense in sitting, like having anybody sit through this whole shtick only to see, like, oh, it turns out they're terrible. So let me show you how terrible that they are. I cannot recommend buying these products ever, 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 unless they significantly clean up their act. And we'll just cut to like the shuffling because that's where the disaster occurs.
Okay, so I have this deck sleeved. Let's see how we shuffle. Ooh. So I will say my first thought here is that they don't go in as cleanly as I'd like. And this is important to me because of my klutziness. Like, this is good. It's not as fast as I'm used to. Maybe I just have to get used to. I'm not the quickest mash shuffler in the world, but I'm also like not the slowest. And this is not pushing together very cleanly. It's not an issue of how the cards slide against one another. It's a question of putting them together, like just finding the hole in the first place. I'm sure that there's like a method I could do to be better with this, and maybe part of my problem is that I push too hard with the corners on a normal shuffle. I don't know, but I am getting catching, and I feel like if I was in a hurry, like let's say time. Oh, you just saw that. If I was in a hurry, let's say time is getting low, and I'm trying to like do a search shuffle real quick, get the deck together, do the next thing, I would probably this would slow me down a little bit. But again, let me get used to them. And I think now as I'm going through more shuffles, it starts to feel better, and maybe this will actually promote some better shuffling habits for me with others. Now that I'm doing that, and I am getting them to cut through a little cleaner, I will say they don't slide against one another as nicely as some of the other sleeves that I've tried lately. Like they're definitely better than Ultra Pros. Um, I don't think they're as smooth as something like Dragon Shields or FCBCs, which are the ones that I primarily have experience having used. But this is starting to feel a little bit better now as I'm breaking them in and they're breaking me in. All right. Oh, and we have look at that. Oh boy. Not only do we have a damaged sleeve just from that shuffling, it damaged the card. Look at that TM Evo. Luckily, it was a TM Evo and not something else, or excuse me, TM Turbo Energize. Luckily, it was this and not something else, but that's no good. Right there. Wow. And that's on the bottom. And according to them, that shouldn't happen. Do I see another? Oh, oh my. Yep, there on that Arvin. Okay, there on this Arvin. Look at that. And I was worried about that when I heard those sounds as I was shuffling, but that is no good. All right, well, I feel very good about the fact that these were easy to de-sleeve um, because I'm going to be doing that presently. The other thing I'm worried about with the way that the tops open up there is just damage up here, since like you can, right, this card is all the way in. You can flip that down and the card's there. The card's exposed. So yeah, these are going to go in the box of cards I will use for a pre-release and nothing else, or sleeves rather. I don't think these are very good. Again, I'm not the most careful shuffler in the world, but I don't think you should have to be like the most obsessive shuffler, oops, to have to avoid damage to your cards in your sleeves. Look at that Iona right there. It's the same exact thing. That is like the point of failure. So that's all I can say about the infinity curves right here. The fit is nice, but I don't trust that they're going to keep my cards safe. And that is that.